Hello and welcome back to Junk Journal Gems. Thanks for joining me. I've been having a little fun playing with some neutral and sepia colors. And I thought, you know what? Let's make a little video out of this, because what I am finding is that if you're not used to, I guess, focusing on a particular style, it can be a little bit of a brain bender. So I guess I'm challenging you to try making multiples of a particular style that maybe you don't consistently do all the time, because it just gets you thinking and gets you going on trying something new. So what I've made already, let me show you here. I found a stack of these tags in my stash, and I don't know why I haven't been using them. They're just sitting there waiting on me. So I made a double card here, and I just connected it with some lace and layered it up with all kinds of neutral and sepia colors. There's a doily back here, some old book page, a milk top, more of the lace that I used on the spine, and some neutral colored buttons. Stamped a little bit, used a little scraps. And then on the back, I just made a couple little pockets. Used some, here's one of the Lorna Taylor Tailor-Made Journals stamps from her recent stamp set, which I just love. Layered up some things. This is a little piece from Madonna, little snippet from a snippet roll. Here's a cute little tag that I made. Another cute little tag. And it's just a nice little spot to journal in. And I found, was digging around in some of my other stash, found a rook card. I know the back is red. I'm kind of breaking the rule a little bit there, but I can't help it. I could put paper on the back of it for journaling, but I'm just going to stick the rook card in there. Love it. This is just an old neutral colored shoestring. Talk about string, getting hung up on string. And I just use that as a closure. So that was fun. There's that. And then I have a packet. Again, I'm digging through my stash. You know, us crafters buy things and then just leave them sit. Why? Gotta have it in the moment. But I've got all these great craft colored envelopes. I don't even know where or how long ago I got them. I bet I got them at like Joann's or Michael's or something like that. But they're awesome. And so why are they sitting? I don't know. So I just took the outside, did a little stamping around the edge, and was digging through some of my old paper ephemera. And I thought it was hysterical that this piece of news page said Chatterbox on it. And so I had to plop her on there, because doesn't she kind of look like she'd be a little chatterbox? Attitude is everything. I think I was in a mood, wasn't I? Layered it up with some old bits of lace from my lace scrap bucket. And then what I'm making now is a journaling card to go inside. But this is the flap. So my idea is, everything's glued together. Hold on. So let's say this is the signature, and Shirley. So let's say that. Heavenly days. Let's try again. So here's our book page. This would go on like this, and I would just glue this here. So this will be a tuck spot too. But then when you turn your page in the journal, this opens up and the journaling card will be inside there. Fun thing to do when you find envelopes for cheap and clearance or on a super sale somewhere, pick them up. Or certainly at thrift stores, picking up envelopes. That's definitely the way to go. All right, let's finish what I'm doing here. All I took here was a scrap piece of cardstock, and I'm also using some of my washi stickers that kind of go with the color scheme. Tim Holtz People. And she can go there, and Vintage is going to go here. And because it is a journaling card, I do not need to put a tab on. Where's my glue? Right in the face. So, today is, well, this is the weekend. I just flopped some glue on myself somewhere. Today is Martin Luther King Day. I just got done doing some housekeeping, but I am off work today. Pardon me, with a frog in my throat, apparently. So I just got done doing some housekeeping and needed to catch my breath a bit. Well, let's do some crafting. That's the best way to catch your breath. I'm torn about whether or not I want to put this on here. Do you think it's a little much? But I kind of like it. Well, let's try it out. Let's see if that lumpy bow knot is going to be too much in this envelope. No, it'll be fine. Let's just do it. Stop overthinking and just do. Do I not tell you that all the time? And I tell you that because I catch myself overthinking it. But yeah, it's Martin Luther King Day. And depending upon where you are in the world, I, of course, am in Wisconsin. And it is cold here. Me too. It is cold. We got, the end of last week, we got a bunch of snow. Saturday, I spent 2.5 hours outside shoveling, and my husband was outside all afternoon. Just blowing snow, getting snow off the roof, and just getting us cleared out. And now it's cold, so we wanted to get all that cleaned up before everything froze again. So I hope everybody else is safe and warm, and for those of you in warmer states, I'm a little jealous right now. I'm a little jealous. Get Mabel Ann stuck down here. And then let's use our, I gotta get this string off. I usually like grungy stuff, but this thing's driving me nuts. But I thought the color of this sari silk tied in with our color scheme. Come on. Let's get this part placed first, like so maybe. And then work on the rest. I like to kind of scrunch it up. I think you've seen me do this before. Maybe, maybe not. I don't remember now. But this just gives it some fabric texture. I like to bunch it up, squish it with my fingers, and kind of hold it in place. Oh, I let go too soon. Oh, heavenly days. By the time I can let go, it's gonna... All right, let's do this. I wonder if this will work. Because that is not sticking the way I would like. And the art glitter glue will hold it more quickly. See? Just enough to help tack it down. tack this down a little bit too. Sometimes I like to leave the ends dangle a bit. I feel like I'm just a struggling crafter right now. There we go. Finally. Whew. Crafting is hard work. Let's do that. Woohoo. I feel like I can't focus on what I'm doing and talk at the same time right now. All weekend we've been so busy getting stuff done at home. I haven't had time to get in the craft room as I wanted to. But can't play all the time. Gotta get chores done. Maybe when our youngest graduates from school, I can get a cleaning lady. I just love how these colors all play off each other. Makes me happy. Come on. There. There. Let's get this tacked down. Use that little snippet for some other little scrappy project later on. I kind of like that hanging there. And then we're going to ink. Let's get these guys out of the way. I feel like I've got a little bit of everything around here. Just enough to grunge up the edges and play on that sepia kind of look. I like that. Okay, let's put that in the envelope pocket. There we have it. That's ready to go in a journal. Now, the other thing I was eyeballing up as I was going in my stash are some flashcards. I don't get these out enough. I don't know why. These I totally forgot I had. It's a whole box of, they weren't even ever used flashcards, but I had to laugh because it said new math on it. How many of you remember? Or maybe you were a parent complaining about why did kids have to learn new math? And this is the book pages from a book that I gutted and made a journal out of. Somebody out there has the journal. I don't remember who purchased it now. Thank you very much. And those were fun projects to make. In fact, yeah, I think I've still got a couple on my Etsy. One at least. Okay, so what I'm going to do is put this page down. Now, I didn't put glue perfectly everywhere, and you'll see why in a minute why I did that. So So where's my card? I'm just going to smush this down. And let that dry a little. And then we'll come back to it. We'll be back to that. But let's also try to do something with this. Now, these always puzzle me because, frankly, they're too long. And if you cut it on one side so it kind of makes sense, then it doesn't make sense on the other side, which is fine because then we could cover that so somebody could write on it. So let's do that. First, I'm going to grab my little cutter. And let's just lop this last part off. So this is just measuring so they're card sizes that make sense. That's pretty good. Then let's, on this particular, on the other cards, one side was matte, one was glossy, and I'm leaving the matte one showing. And I'm covering the glossy one. These, both sides are matte, which is nice. So I'm thinking we'll cover this back with some plain paper or some old paper. And sometimes I like using things like this where it's definitely old paper. You know what? I kind of like this up and down. I thought about leaving the pencil, but you know what? I'm gonna. Almost took myself out of that. I'm gonna. All right, let's get Mr. Glue Stick out again. Whoops, got some globs. Glue globs. I got a glue mess is what I've got. Got a little carried away. Okay, so let's put, do I want it like this? Just put it down, Lisa. Just put it down. Sometimes, though, does think too much. There's some kind of phrase like that from a book, isn't there? Or Shakespeare? What is that from? I don't know. Okay, let's... Ooh, I kind of like how that folded over like that. All right, let's cut that down. And this is the perfect thing to do with this kind of old notebook paper because it's somewhat fragile. Gluing it down, we're giving it another purpose. Just love stuff like that. Got the patina of an old piece of paper. Yummy. And then with this guy, maybe we'll do the same thing. It's just a little smaller. This side is more interesting than this one. So we will glue on this one and put the same paper down. Why not? We've got it out. Use what you got. Going to be wide enough? We're going to find out in about 2 seconds. It is. Oops. There, I had it off kilter just a little bit, but we're good. I was able to zhuzh it over. Whoops. Okay, let's cut this guy off. Okay, so now we've got these to play with in a minute. But now that we let this dry, let's see what happens when we rip this up. And I like to do this quickly. If you do it slow, it kind of, oh, perfect. Oh, I like that. Okay. See what I mean? Nice grungy look. Now what I think I will do is I am going to get out, I think I'm going to get out a stencil. Bear with me. Another thing that Lorna Taylor came out with are some stencils that are gorgeous. And this one I had to have. It's lace crochet. Isn't that pretty? So I'm dying to try it. Let's give this a whirl. Got my texture paste out here. It's White Crackle. Got other texture paste, but thought I'd just use what I was grabbing, if that makes any sense. Ooh, it's really damp. I don't want it to be perfect. I just want it kind of in a mixed media style. Let's see how that looks. Lovely. That is going to be cool. Yuck. I'm going to set this aside to dry now. It's like I like making messes, but I don't like to be messy. Is that weird? Probably. Okay, let's see if I can get this cleaned up. Otherwise, we're going to have an awful mess. Get out my wipes. I never have liked my hands dirty. My mom used to pick on me about it when I was a kid. I didn't like to be full, and I didn't like my hands dirty. Now I don't mind being full, but I still don't like my hands dirty. Ugh. It's just the feeling. Okay, let's leave this out in case I feel like stenciling some more. Clean this up. There, cleaned up really nicely. Make sure I've got everything off. Do a little spot check. Here's a little. How are we doing? There, we did good. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of this. I've about got that torched. All right. Now that we've got that drying, let's go back to, I'm sorry for the flipping and flopping, but it lets me allow the process to take shape. So let's decorate these as journaling cards or tags. I think this one's a little boxy for me. I'm going to shave a little off the edges. Not a lot, just enough to give it more of a rectangle shape. That makes me happier. Okay, let's see what else I've got here. I've got things everywhere. I was also wondering, I got these new stickers. This one is mushrooms. I don't know that any of these are going to be neutral enough, but I saw these flowers and I was curious about those. But they're pretty tiny. These are smaller than I thought. I just got these off Amazon. I'm going to set these aside for now. We'll just focus on these. But maybe we just want to use some doily, either that, I seriously have like everything that's neutral colored out around me. But I have these. That might be fun. And some sewing paper in the white doily. Let's do some layering and see what kind of interesting effect we get with this. This might be fun on it. And what'll be cool is because this is sewing paper, you'll still be able to see the flashcard underneath. So I think, oh my goodness, could I have more stuff out here? Maybe. Maybe I could make that happen. Anything's possible. Depends how hard you try. Okay, now let's take some of this. I especially like where that print is. That I like a lot. I'm going to let this dry. I'm going to just tear off the edges a little bit. Let that dry for a couple minutes, and let's do the same to this one. Because I'm really enjoying the effect I'm getting here. Yeah, let's go like that. It's going to be cute. Since we've gotten the snow, I bet the snowmobilers are happy. We haven't had decent snow for snowmobiling in a long time in this area. So there'll be some happy people. Okay, we'll let that dry a little bit. Maybe I can still work around that. Let's just see. Let's tear off what I don't need. That's fun. I do the same right away to this guy. Let's just try it. Oop, that stuck to me. Make sure there's no little loosey pieces hanging off the edge. There we go. I'm gonna get the crumbs off. So now we've got these two pieces and we're starting to build up these layers of interest. So let's get out. What's cool is you can still see over that. Oh, I like that. Let's do that. Then maybe we can do that. That's fun. And what else do I want to layer up here that's kind of neutral? Oh, this would be cute, wouldn't it? Bam. Just made up my mind really quick, didn't I? Just kind of all came together on its own. And sometimes that happens. That's just things saying they need to be together. I just kind of twist the glue stick on the doily, and be a little careful if you have a loose doily like this because it might rip it. But these little guys are pretty hardy. Now he's got a little glue glob there. There I go again, get my hands dirty. Not my favorite. Ew. Where's my card? I'm gonna have to get a wipe out for myself. That's cool. I love it, I love it, I love it. Could go like that too, but I liked it better like this. So what I mean by what I was talking about, I was a little wild with it before. I can be wild on this thick spot, but I've got to be gentle and just gently twist, and it'll stick to your doily. Like so. Pat it down. Okay, let's get this yuckiness. Turn it over for a clean spot. Get a wipe out because I can't handle it. Icky ick. Okay, now let's fussy cut around the sticker a little bit. A lot of these washi stickers have that wide border around it, and when you put it on your piece, it's, I think, so distracting from the beautiful image to see all that white space. I think possibly something in the manufacturing and cutting process, they have to have the wide edge, but if I'm layering it underneath something, I don't mind so much, but I'm making this one the focal point. And that way, you're not looking at a white border with our more grungy vintage tones. And there we go. See, look at all that. Just look at it. Oh, that is going to be so cute. I just love it. It came together easy peasy. Come on. Apply yourself. Put it right about there. Now, there was glue from the glue stick that I smushed around on there, so it's going to stick down on there really good. And now let's cut this little edge off. Save that for a scrap for something later. Come on. Get coordinated, Lisa. Got some little edges here I don't need. Oh, I just love it. Okay, let's, I'm feeling like I need a little something up there. Or do I? Let's try maybe, I'm not 100% sold on that. What else do I have? Looking for something interesting, maybe for a tab, and then it might not need anything else as I'm making a mess. I'm making a big mess. Ooh, that might be cool. Hold on. Let's see. Put all the scraps back. Oops. Straggler. Do I like it that long? I kind of do, because then I can leave these hanging over, looking a little scraggy, and then I'll sew around it later on. I think I do like that. Let's do that. But before I do that, I think I'm going to leave the edges like this because it really lends to the flashcard effect. You know how the flashcards always have the divot out of the corner? It might be kind of fun on here. Let me see. I've got these big brad things. I don't need it for that. I was thinking about just putting it on here as just an extra piece, and I kind of like that. I think I'm going to do it. I don't know what size that is. I got a new crocodile, and I don't know how to use it, so this is going to be this is going to be trial and error, because God forbid I read the directions. That would not be fun. The thing that's nice about this one is the ends here are color coordinated, so you know what goes together. And it took the guesswork right out of it. Brilliant. We're gonna go memory keepers. Do I have this upside down? I don't know. Where do I want this? I need to punch the hole first, don't I? How do you punch the hole first? Oh, right there. Well, I'll be jiggered. Why didn't it work? Oh my God, I'm a dork. Because I went in the wrong side. Were you guys watching thinking, lady, what are you doing? Oh, I see. This is the bigger one. That's the littler one. Well, we're just figuring it out, aren't we? Now this can go in there. And this can go like so. Now, the thing about these is, there we go. I could feel it squish down. There we go. That's a lot better than my big one. Everybody's right. Why is that? I don't know. I don't know. But that just gives, I kind of squished it a little much, but that's okay. Now, let's put our lace piece up here. Come on. I don't always try to see what's front and back. Sometimes I just take what's most interesting to me. And I liked the looks of that. And that I'm just kind of tacking down right now because, like I said before, I'm going to come back with the sewing machine and that will finish that up. But I really like how that turned out. Isn't that cute? All right, let's finish this other one. Can't just sit and admire everything. All right, so we've got that. Do I want to do doily again? Let's see. I think so. We can do doily and I have another one here. The other thing I could do, yeah, I think I will. I'm going to just stamp a little bit in the background on this one. And this is just a little music stamp. This is from a Bow Bunny set. I use this a lot. Let's see if it gives a name to it. It is written stamp. I've had this a long time, so I do not know if you can still get your hands on this stamp or not, stamp set, but I use this one quite a bit. There's two different script ones. There's little numbers, and there's this music one. So we've got that. We'll put this in the same spot, but I'm going to pull it back. Maybe I only need, nope, I need a bigger piece. Like that. Go up a little. And let's put like, wrong side. Let's see what else I've got in here. Oh, I like this. Oh, pardon me. I'm so sorry. Got about everything on the planet on my desk here. This is on like old parchment paper. Oh, Lisa Michelle. Oh, pardon me. What is happening to me? I like that. So, let's get the glue back out. And all this that I am using, aside from the doilies and stickers, are just bits and bobs I've got laying around in my craft room. And then we'll put a little, now maybe that's enough. Ooh, it is. Fabulous. Perfect. See, that's why I say don't throw away your little crumbs. They do come in handy. Okay, let's try to get that up. I really like these doilies. They're already that craft color. It's just a different color that brings another layer of interest to what you're making. Okay, so then we've got some interesting layers. And maybe as a focal point on this one, let's see what I've got floating around here in my stamps. I've got this set of stamps, which is a Ephemera set called Old Paperwork. And these are pretty fabulous too. If I can get out the one I want. I think if I just stamp that over the top here. That will be really interesting. Now, I don't want it black. If I do it in Vintage Photo or in my Archival Ink Coffee, it'll be too brown and it'll wash in there. So I'm going to try something a little different here. If I find it. No. Hold on. Oh, here we go. Black soot. It's not quite black black. It's not gray. When you look at it, you think it's black until you see it up against, well, we'll see it up against that black. Let's see what this does. It's just paper. Let's see what happens. Now, I want to test this first. Let's make sure I don't have glue down here. Oh, that'll be cool. See what I mean? Okay. Let's get it good and juicy. Squish on it. There. Well, it didn't make a focal point like I wanted, but it definitely gave us some interest. So now I still want a focal point. But I like the layering that it gave us in here. Okay, so what do I want to use? Let's go shopping in the stash. See what we find. This is called the Whispers in the Wild series pet stickers. And I just, oh, it is a big one. I thought the white one was separate. That breaks our rule though, doesn't it? Because it's too colorful for what we're doing, but they are beautiful. So I can't wait to use them, but it's not gonna work for this. Phew, okay. Let's try the tried and true Ephemera book. Whoops. I thought there was like a neutral color in here, but maybe I'm wrong. There's this. It's a little pink. Am I breaking the rules? I am. Asking you guys to follow rules. And I'm breaking them. No, these are all too colorful. But let's see. What else might we find? Here's some different mushrooms I kind of forgot I had. Not kind of, I did forget. Needs to be bigger though, doesn't it? Oh, that's super cute. Dast we do that? I still feel like it needs to be a skosh bigger. I know, I'm being really picky. Oh, it's so close. Something about it, it's just not jumping off on the page though, is it? Let's keep looking. There's got to be something in this room. Do you like that? I like that best so far. There's some more shrooms. These are bigger. I like that one best so far. Oh, wow, he's monster. No. 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 This might be kind of fun. This is neutral. Too big. He didn't last long, did he? He did not last long at all. These are fun, but I might have to cut a leg off, and I don't like to. Too big. No, these are kind of washed in there. Why are we having such a time, you guys? Such a time. Now I lost where the ladies were. Come here, ladies. Get in there. Again, I'm trying to stay neutral. Finding all kinds of beautiful things, but see, this is what I mean about trying to stick with a color scheme, and it does challenge you, which is a good thing. No, don't quite like that. A little big. Do you have anything? No. Ooh, I haven't used these guys in forever. Too big. These are too big. Blech. Here's some more black. These might be cool. There we go. That I like. Okay. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm cutting a lot of this white off. All right, so we've got this all trimmed up. I like that lots better. I think what I'm going to do first is use my edge corner rounder. That's the word. Around these corners on this guy. And then put this on. Let's see, now that I cut off all that white, it might be kind of hard. There we go. Now to get it stuck down without wrinkling it. Don't you dare stick to each other. Not after all that. There. Okay, we did it. That turned out nicely. Let's get this out of the way. And then come in and ink around the edges of this. I'll figure out a tab later on this one, depending upon how I use it. But I just love these neutral colors. I gotta cheat and look at how much time we've got here on the docket. You can't see. Ooh, we're about at the point I need to stop. What I will do is I'll stop the video and I will come back and show you what I do on this one after it's dry. So I'll be back. All right, my friends, I've finished, and I promised you I'd come back and show you how that wrapped up. So this is the flash card that we took and did use Lorna's lace stencil with some crackle texture paste. I did a little stamping again, and then I layered it up with some pieces and used a yo-yo for the topper. And I think that turned out really cute. So that's that one. This as a review is our double tag with the pockets on the back and a pocket on the front. Here's the little tag. I'll put a topper on that one later. I like how that one turned out too. I just love the color and the tone. Here's the other tag that we did with the washi floral on the front. I'm glad I did it that way. And this is the craft colored envelope that I had showed you before, and the journaling card that we finished up together. So get out all of your neutral pieces, and just remember when you're layering these things up, what you're really looking for is texture and contrast between slight color and texture, or I should say tone and texture. And you will end up with some very beautiful vintage looking pieces. I hope you have fun with this project, as much fun as I have had. I'm going to keep playing around with this. I'm having so much fun. And I hope to see you again soon. If you like what you see, click thumbs up, hit subscribe, and have a great day.